Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing B-Series V's I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. Excuse me. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks. Apparently, eating that gas station burrito before doing this was not the best of plans. But to be fair, when is ever eating a gas station burrito the best of plans? That's the question I leave you with. But, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not the case today. We'll get into that. No. This is actually a circumstance where, I am getting off work. That part happened. But this is an instance where I went over there. I actually got this item a little over a week ago from a spot, and it was one of those things where it was like finding the best time to do the review. Because typically, I try to do the reviews as much as possible, like, as I'm, like, involved with them. Like, I try to do reviews, like, when I get food and stuff, and it kind of works two ways. You know, not only do I get a meal out of it, but I also get a review. But the thing is that a lot of times I buy stuff to review that doesn't easily fit into that category, so I have to find appropriate spots to do it. Sometimes I do it on the weekend when I, can kind of get in. Other times I just got to go over there and, toss it in my truck so that I remember to review it after work. So, that's definitely the case today. So what am I reviewing for you? Boom! It is Doritos. But not just any Doritos. These are Sichuan Peppercorn chicken. See? Yes. And it cost me $10 for this bag, by the way. It's a fucking import thing. Can we get a thing? Like a thing? Sure, that'll do it. These are from Taiwan, apparently. I got these at a place called FYE. I used to grab a fair amount of things from FYE. They're like a media kind of outlet. DVDs, CDs, all that stuff. Things are not going that well for them these days, as one might imagine. So he started doing like a lot of import stuff, and, so I hopped over there a week and a half ago, and I was like, cool, man, let's try this thing. So, Taiwanese Doritos that are supposed to taste like peppercorn chicken. Yes. The bag is extra poopy. I do not like the poopy bag. Oh, open. There we go. Well, apparently Taiwan has the same problem that most of the world does. Because here's the bag, and if you watch my videos, you know what's coming. Here's how many chips you actually get. On a global level, we have to go over there and just riot, okay? Chip! Let's try a chip. I'll be damned if that doesn't taste like some peppercorn chicken. Like, don't get me wrong, obviously, it's not a one-for-one or anything, but, like, you can, like, the peppercorn aspect, that's easy enough. That's just a seasoning. Sure. But the chicken part of it, but then I think about it, and it's like, to be fair, you think about, like, ramen and stuff like that, like the cup of noodle stuff and everything. They've been making chicken flavor, chicken stock cubes and stuff. I guess for all intents and purposes, you basically just have to do that, add some peppercorn, put it on Dorito. Boom! Here you go. But I'm surprised at how well it worked out. These are actually really tasty. I'm sorry, why the fuck don't we get, like, cool flavored Doritos and shit over here in America? We invented this stuff. And this shit came from us. Granted, it's based off tortilla chips and stuff, to be fair. But like, we almost never get wacky flavors and stuff, you know. Sure, every now and again they'll come out with a new Dorito flavor, but usually it's just like another type of cheese. Although, to be fair, they did come out with the ketchup and mustard ones, which I reviewed, by the way. Go watch that video. So, I mean, I guess we do occasionally get, you know, but it's a rare thing, man. I want some peppercorn chicken Doritos that I didn't have to pay $10 for. These are really good. They're really flavorful. The peppercorn aspect comes through nicely. It gives you a little bit of a buzz. And then you get sort of like a mild kind of like sort of rotisserie chicken flavor. Again, it's all completely artificial. It's, you know, again, think of like a stock cube or something like that. That's kind of where the flavor is. But, I mean, it's identifiable. Like, it's, I don't know that my brain would immediately go to pepper, especially Sichuan. I apologize to the Taiwanese people. I'm kind of versed a little bit in, like, certain pronunciations of certain Asian cultures, but I do not claim to be particularly phenomenal. Probably best in Japanese since, you know, anime and stuff like that and everything. Little Thai, little Korean, little, you know, little here and there. So I apologize. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. But I'll say this, man. It's like, yeah, it's not exactly where my brain goes, but it's like, yeah, I can see it. And ultimately, that works out. The only thing that would have made this better is if I had more fucking chips in my bag. But they're really nice. They're peppery, they're a little bit savory. I am very down with these. I like these a lot. Because this thing is a lot of times, I don't say a lot of times, but a fair amount of times, when you get like these wacky flavors from, you know, faraway lands and stuff like that, a lot of times they're, again, fair amount of times, not all that great. You know, and you can watch my show, folks. I have reviewed, I don't know how much fucking import stuff. I'm really fortunate. I have like an international market around me. I have like a bunch of different import places. So like I'm in it. I'm in it to win it when it comes to this stuff. And I love trying this stuff. But it's always hit or miss. Some are like some of the best fucking, you know, chips or drinks or whatever that you'll ever have. Some of them are almost a complete waste of time. I did a review of some Pepsi. I think it was Chinese, I want to say. And it was like white bamboo or something like that. And go watch that video. But like, I had no idea what to do with that thing, man. I genuinely was just completely baffled. Sometimes it's just there's not that much to it, you know? But with these, that's not the case. They're nice, they're flavorful, they taste like what, you know, more or less what I would like them to taste like. I like these. Now, with it being like an international flavor, question I always like to ask, and I got two other questions after that, but would these work over here in America, right? As like a one-off thing, maybe. Like, especially if you could tie it to a holiday, like if you could maybe go over there and try to sell it as like turkey flavored, you know, and then have it be for Thanksgiving, you might be able to get away with it. But you definitely couldn't have these as like a regular flavor over here, even though they're really good. I think there's just enough people out there who I don't think would be willing to go with it. We just, over here in America, where, you know, certain things will allow to be chip flavored and stuff. Other things I think are a little bit harder pressed. But which is a shame. They're really tasty. The other two questions I have to ask is, would I get them again and would I recommend them? Would I get them again if they didn't cost $10? Because that is the thing whenever you're talking about import stuff, is at the end of the day, like, even if I'm not importing it myself, if I'm buying it from a physical location, they still had to import it. And I don't know what their overhead is, but they are definitely going to shove it right up my ass. And, you know, these are good chips. If there were more in the bag, I might be willing to pay $10 for it. But I ain't paying $10 for a small bag of chips. That's a little bit ridiculous. For the sake of the experience as a one-off and for the sake of doing the review, sure, I'll, you know, if I can ever make this whole thing profitable, it'll be a write-off on my taxes. But for right now, they are really good. I would love to have them again. Not anytime immediately, but, you know, further down the line. They definitely wouldn't replace like classic Doritos for me, but as like a fun like one-off flavor, yeah, I'd definitely try them again. As to recommending them for people, if you're somebody who's already a little bit into like the weirder stuff, because like honestly these aren't all that weird, but they're definitely a very different flavor profile for a Dorito than most people here in the United States would be used to. If you're expecting nacho cheese and all that, it's not that. It's sweet Sichuan peppercorn chicken. I apologize. I should have looked up how to pronounce it. Um, but I mean, you know what? Like, if you do run into them, yeah, give them a shot, man. Ideally for less than $10. But, again, as a one-off thing, they are good. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spectacular rest of the week. Monumental rest of the month. Spenders right here. Folks, you go over there, you have this truly Taiwanese chicken-tastic rest of your life. Because if they can make a Dorito taste that good, just imagine how good the chicken itself has to actually be. Right? I think that makes sense. That's logic. I'll do things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you can do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, are not the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. I got to go over there when I get inside today. So I got, like I said, I just got home, so I'm in my driveway right now. I know I got to go over there. I got to check on my heater to see if that thing's it's been giving me problems. So I got to go check on that. Then I got to go over there. I got to do a little birthday thing for one of my hamsters. One of my hamsters just turned 2 years old. She's adorable, and I love her. So that's a nice part of the day. But, at the end of the day, like, life can be very frustrating and stressful and all that stuff. And take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to watch this video, and maybe you are either of Taiwanese descent, or maybe you are just fluent with the language, and maybe you're going to go over there and berate the hell out of me in the comments for absolutely butchering the shit out of it. And that is 100% fair, okay? Like, I try. As long as you're not an asshole about it, okay? But if you want to go over there and be like, that's fine, I'm willing to take it on the chin. But trust me, folks, I'm trying. And I do genuinely, like, a lot of times when it's like something, it's like if there's like a word or something involved, a lot of times I will actually look up how to pronounce it. In my head, I thought this was Sichuan. And I was like, oh, Sichuan, I know how to pronounce that. It's not. Unless it is that, and it's spelled differently from Taiwan. I don't know. But, be nice to your friend, Brandon. He tries. Oh, God, just leave me alone. Or conversely, like I said, feel free. If you know how to pronounce it, whatever. Or if you have any other suggestions for international snacks I can butcher the names of, feel free to hit me up.